Okay, like to jump on here a minute. I'm only a minute early here tonight. I'm going to try to share this. I'm on my page tonight because I think I'm going to, let's see, stream. I'm trying something because I forget how I shared this last week. How do I? uh, more. No actions. Yeah, Ava, you might have to share it. I thought I could. I don't know if you can share it. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, that's what I got to do. I got to put it on public. Ha! Now let's see if I can share this. Viewing. No. Hold on, folks. We'll be starting here in just a 2 shakes of a werewolf's tail. What the heck? All right, see, I got on here because last week I had it figured out how to share this. Now I don't remember. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Share to a page. Well, it's 8:01, so I'm going to start the show. Hold on just a second here. Chiller chat. Just when you, okay, now we go to Chiller Night Theater. It's working. It is working. So hold on. Give me a moment here. All right, good enough. Well, I'll work the rest out later. Let's get this started. Okay, hey everybody, this is Bryan Hogue. Welcome to another week of the Chiller Night Live pre-show from 8 until a few minutes shy of 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I sit here, you're out there, and we meet right here and chat about all things horror, sci-fi, paranormal, or anything else you pretty much want to talk about, I guess. So, tonight we have a good night coming up. We have a pretty neat schedule coming up here. Let me try something real quick, and then I'll jump back over to the Restream chat room here. This is weird. I'm kind of learning. If you're on the Chiller Night Theater Facebook page tonight, and if you're not able to comment, hop on over to Bryan Hogue's. Just come on to my personal Facebook page, and it's written right here. So hop on over and chat away, by golly. All right, let me open up this chat here. I'm a little late here because I was trying to get the camera. The camera wasn't working again. So, but I think we're okay. All right. Anybody chatting anything? I'm gonna write good evening. All right. There we go. We on Facebook or YouTube? All right. Well, anyways, I hope we're on YouTube. I don't see any chats. So, oh no. Are we on anybody on Facebook, or not on Facebook, on YouTube? Chatting away. Let's see if we get any chats. Ava Hogue, all right, thanks Ava. I'm going to YouTube now, she says. Okay, all right, it showed up there, so I think we're okay. I think we're gonna be all right. But again, if you are on the Chiller Night Theater Facebook page, you might want to jump over to my Bryan Hogue page. I'm trying this until I'm trying a few things here, uh, especially the sharing part. When I'm on Chiller Night Theater's page, I can't share. I don't know why. Things changed a couple months back, and I haven't figured out how to make this work. So, anyways, thanks for joining me tonight. Thanks for joining each other. Ava says, yes, you're good there too. All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. So, let's see. All right, now I wonder if anybody else can comment. Anybody on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, chat me something, even if it's a thumbs. Aha, here we go, there we go. John says, greetings again. It's another Saturday night with Bryan. Yes, thank you, John. And Hal says, good to see you today. Yeah, thanks for seeing me. To Hal. Gave me a nice little trim. He got me looking respectable again. Thanks, Hal. Hal's Barbershop in Franklin. I've been seeing you for about 20 years. And Brad says, this is a Chiller Night pre-show of Bryan Hogue, starring Bryan Hogue. Now here's Bryan. What's on tonight, Bryan? Well, I'll tell you what's on tonight. Ready? All right, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Dr. Jekyll versus the Werewolf. Ooh. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Daniel Hagman. And I'll talk about that here in just a minute. That's a little different than what we're used to seeing. I'll explain here in a few minutes. 11:45 instead of 11:30 because the Chiller Chat tonight is 45 minutes long instead of 30. Chiller Night Theater, the movie is The Ape. 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat, my guest is Phil Wilson. And 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater, the movie is The Brain That Wouldn't Die. Okay, that was our last Friday Night Frights, our last live one that we did. We're coming up on another live one, aren't we? Yes, on the 13th. So that's coming up. And Ava says, you're not public on your personal page. On YouTube or my Facebook? No, that makes no sense, does it? Well, I switched it. It should be public. It should be public now. It says it's public now. It wasn't at first. That's why I couldn't share it. Then I switched it and then I shared. So we're out there. Hopefully all is well. Let's see. Raymond says, thanks for the book, Bryan and Ava. Oh, I'm glad you got that. All right. Hope you enjoy that. And Ava says, it's not showing the world. It's only being aired to friends. If you're able to reboot that, you might see it different because that's what it's showing on mine. But you're right. At first, when I first started it, it was only to my friends. So we want the world to see. All right. But anyways, hopefully we have viewers on YouTube. No. All right. That's all right. Oh, wait, Bryan. Bryan says not on Facebook. Yes, I am. I am here though, Bryan. I'm trying some things out because I'm on my personal page tonight, Bryan, because when I'm on the Chiller Night Theater Facebook page, for some reason, I'm not able to share that. Here on my page, I found out last week that I can actually share this to my other pages. So I'm doing it again this week from here. And if it's something that you guys don't like, I'll just switch back next week. But I'm just giving it a try because I'm able to actually share it where before I couldn't. So Ava says, be right back, rebooting. Corpus says, I didn't get a notification when you did it from your page. Oh, that's right. Yeah, maybe I don't know what to do. I'm kind of torn now because like I like that notification going out, but I was also I'll be honest, another reason too. I was trying to boost the viewership. I was trying to boost those numbers up a bit. Seeing why the numbers stay you know, relatively low. And I was thinking maybe if I tried it on my personal page, my friends and family or whoever would see that, you know, Bryan Hogue is live, and maybe say, hey, what's this guy got to say? So we'll see. John says, hey, how about the brain that wouldn't die? Fun fact, did you know that this part of a double feature with Invasion of the Star Creatures? I have heard that. And I don't remember if Jack mentioned that or not, but I do remember reading that. That's pretty cool. And then Ava says, yes, haha, I see the world now. All right. All right. Just took a reboot. Sometimes it just takes a boot. Brian says, the chat seemed to work better on Facebook. Okay. All right. Cool, cool, cool. So, yeah, as far as, I'm glad you guys are on YouTube and showing me that that works on YouTube. Speaking of those live shows, like The Brain That Wouldn't Die, that was a live show. We have another Friday Night Frights coming up this Friday, the 12th. 12th, I think the 12th. And those are sponsored by Bocelli Pizza of Butler, Pennsylvania, and also Gross Fest. Gross Fest 3 is coming up next month. Next month. So that'll be a lot of fun. I got an ad. I'm going to play that a little bit later. If you watch Chiller Night Theater, then you'll see the ads inserted. But I do want to play that and promote that a little bit here tonight, because that's going to be here before we know it. And Brad says, is your county at green yet, Brian? Yes. Yes, we went green. I guess it's on Fridays or yeah, must have been yesterday. So yes, we are green. So that's pretty nice. Hopefully all of you are in the green. I know there are places that aren't. So, okay, Raymond says, LOL Glam. So Glam's on here, but I can't see her. But thanks for joining us again, Glam. I hope maybe I'll see you at Gross Fest. I don't know. But Ava says, hi, Glam. How many of you guys are going to Gross Fest? Many of you going? Well, you think about it. Let me know. Think about it. I hope to see you there. We'll be there. And we will, by golly. And also, I'd like to mention Chop Block TV. They play episodes of Chiller Night Theater and of Chiller Chat, as well as Paranormal Warehouse, paranormalwarehouse.com. So, and you can also check out the Chop Block TV Roku channel. So, check those guys out. The same guy who does the Chop Block TV, Scott Paulson, he also has a show called The Dead Vault, and that's on Facebook. So, check it out. Check it out. I think you'll enjoy it if you like stuff like this, chiller stuff, the horror-related programming. You might want to check them out. So, all right, folks. We went over the schedule. All right, now we're going to have a Thursday night watch party coming up on the 11th. All right, 8 p.m. And Corpus will be presenting a movie on the 11th. So I will begin my drum roll, and Corpus, when you are all ready, you announce the movie, and I'll throw that on up there. Let's see. Until then, Ava says, I can't wait to get out and see people. Work and grocery shopping just doesn't cut it. No, it doesn't. Not at all. Brad says, not Erie County yet. Oh, you guys are not in the green yet. Okay. Cassandra says, I will be at Gross Fest. Can't wait. That'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. Ava says, looking forward to Gross Fest. That was a lot of fun last year. I'm really looking forward to that. Ah! Corpus says the movie is The Monster Squad. The Monster Squad. I didn't know if that drum roll was drowning me out, but there it is. That's a fun movie. That was a good one. That was, of course, one of those 80s movies. I'm sure it was the 80s. I think that came out when I was in, I don't know, what year did that come out? Anybody know? Can anybody tell me? But it seems to me that came out in about the mid-80s, maybe. Am I right? Am I wrong? You tell me. All right. Cassandra says, replying to Brad, is Presque Isle open? All right. Well, while we're waiting for that response, again, the movie is The Monster Squad. Now, every second and last Thursday of the month, there is a watch party. There's a regularly scheduled watch party at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And Corpus heads those up, and they're a lot of fun. And I know people love to get on there and chat away during the movie, during the watch party. So, and as always, thank you, Corpus, for doing that. I know that's that's it's something to be kind of tied down to, but I do appreciate you doing that, and I know the viewers appreciate that too. So thank you, and hope all of you are able to hop on there Thursday night on the 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern to watch The Monster Squad. All right. So, Brian says 1987. Okay. All right. Thank you, Brian. Cool. And then Brad says yes. As far as what Presque Isle must be open. Okay. And then Ava says, is it? My aunt told me they went back to Red for Mother's Day breakout. Yeah, I don't know. So we will, I don't know. I'm just happy we're in the green finally, so Corpus is my pleasure, so thank you. Okay, now that's Thursday, June 11th. And you know what Friday, June 12th is? Do you? I'm going to tell you. Here we go.
Join me, Jack Shadow, for my Friday Night Frights on June 12th as I feature the Snake People. Watch a live episode of Chiller Night Theater, interact with me and with other viewers during the show. Watch Jack Shadow's Friday Night Frights on the Chiller Night Theater Facebook page or the Chiller Night Theater YouTube channel. Friday, June 12th, it's the Snake People, coming at you live from the land of the dead.
Brought to you by Vicelli Pizza, Butler, PA, and Grossfest.
All right, so there you have it. Thursday's watch party at 8 p.m. is The Monster Squad. Friday Night Frights, Jack Shadow's live Chiller Night Theater episode, where Jack will present The Snake People starring Boris Karloff. And then, of course, we'll meet here again Saturday night. And the thing about that Friday Night Frights, sad to say, but it'll probably be the last one of 2020. I can't say that for sure, but just don't be surprised if it is. Probably do what I did last year, because nothing, for no negative reasons, but hopefully for a positive reason. Hopefully I'll get a green light to do another haunted house here in Harrisville, and by then I'll be working on really focusing everything on that to try to get that. We will still be doing the pre-shows, and of course Chiller Night Theater will still continue on as it has. We've done how many of the live shows this year? I think 8. I think we've done, this will be our 8th one, I think. So we did pretty good this year with those. 2020 hasn't always produced a lot good things, but at least on this little sliver of the week, for what we like to tune in and shut everything else out. I think we're doing all right there. It's March was really the test. That was really wow. That was a tough one, but it was an enjoyable challenge for me to have a Friday Night Frights every Friday in March, because that was my testing the waters to see if I could actually keep up with that schedule. So who knows? Maybe down the road, maybe we'll see a lot more of that. But it is coming up on that time of the year where I'm going to have to, kind of let that go for a while. I can't say for sure to the end of the year, but I will say this. Now, last year, that haunted house, I started in July building that. I didn't finish until December 20th. I started on a hot summer day, and I ended on a freezing winter morning well, more like noonish, at 13 degrees. So, boy, oh boy, what a what a time that was. I'll tell you, it was just tough. It was tough getting the help I needed. But that's all right. Raymond says I will be there on Thursday. All right, thanks for joining us, Raymond. And then Ava says, well, that's awesome then, to Brad Beckwith. Okay. And then Brian says Liam Neeson was rejected for the part of Dracula in the Monster Squad. Is that right? Oh, that's something, isn't it? That'd be kind of neat if he was in there playing Dracula. Wonder why. Do you know why? Did they give any reason? Kind of a neat trivia fact there. Brad says, but we're allowed to have outdoor on yellow. Some people say it's not going to cut it. Yeah, I don't know. Strange times right now. Dining. Corpus says, that was a busy month for sure. Yeah, March sure was. Brad says, I just hate it if you worked on the haunted house and then there's a second wave in October of coronas. Yeah, me too. Me too. It would be no fun, but I guess I look at it is it would be an inconvenience for me, putting in work and time, but I guess in the grand scheme of things, it comes down to, an inconvenience. There's nothing, devastating about it on my end. There's nothing devastating about it, for the community. You're disappointed and you're inconvenienced maybe, but I guess in the grand scheme of things, that's pretty minor, I look at it that way. But yeah, I agree with you. Ava says, right, it's going to be risky. And then Ava says, hi, Bob. Is Bob here? Bob Books? Is Bob here? Because if you are, I don't see you. Let me switch over to, Brian says, early in his career, I suppose. Yeah, for Liam Neeson. Bob Books. See, I can see you, Bob, if I jump over to Facebook. But now if I jump over to YouTube, I can't see the way they have it set up now. I can't see comments as I'm doing this. So, Corpus says, Silent Bob is here. All right. Hey, Bob, thanks for joining us. So now I can't see you on here. This is something. I don't know. I wish I had an answer. I wish I was more technically skilled. I wish I had more knowledge when it comes to this stuff so I could actually do something about it. And all I do is try new things, and that's kind of how I muddle my way through it. I don't get a lot of the computer stuff. I just don't get it. I wish I did. But it's frustrating. Corpus says, where's Tom? I don't know. I was wondering that. Maybe he's on again, if you're on the Chiller Night Theater Facebook page tonight, tonight we are on Bryan Hogue's Facebook page. So if you're on there and you are chatting and if I can't see it, you might want to jump over to my page. Okay, this is something I'm trying because, again, it's frustrating because they switched everything a couple months ago to where I used to be able to get on there and share it to my other pages, and now I can't do that. So that's why I'm trying this tonight. I tried it last week, and now I'm trying it tonight again. It might not have been a good idea. I don't know, but this is where we're at. So, Brian talking about Liam Neeson, that just gets me thinking again about the Monster Squad, which was a neat idea, to do a movie with all the monsters in it, all the classic monsters in it, in the way that they did, with updated costumes and special effects appliances and stuff for the 80s, which I always love. I don't need everything CGI. I love the way that all those monsters look in that movie. I'll tell you what, I liked those monsters and how they looked a lot better in that movie than I liked in what was Van Helsing. which was all CGI and stuff like that. A lot of it was CGI and modern. Well, I mean, I think I'd rather watch the Monster Squad. You get too much CGI and too much bad CGI, and it just looks like a cartoon. Now it looks like, um, but I've kind of always preferred the practical effects, anyways. Carrie says, if it wasn't for our success on D-Day, there would never have been Chiller Night Theater. Ain't that the truth? And of course it is. I have it posted about D-Day, but that's true. I mean, there's so much that we can be thankful for, with that being such a monumental, breaking point in the war. So that is true, Carrie, for sure. Corpus says, I thought this would just be a nice, fun one. Bring you back to being a kid. Yeah, I agree. When I saw that was your choice, I thought that too. I thought, well, that's kind of a neat selection. And that's why I like every once in a while for those Chiller Night Theaters, those live ones. I love throwing kind of a whether it was intended to be lighthearted or funny or not. I like to throw those in there every once in a while, just because, boy, you can just go nuts sometimes with everything you're bombarded with on the news and everything, and that's why I just, give me my monsters, give me my invading aliens and stuff like that, for at least for a little slice of the week, a little Saturday night, give me my chillers. Thursday night, the watch party. It's nice to have a little getaway, a mental getaway. So, and that's why I hope I'm doing here with the pre-show. It seems like it. Everyone seems to be having a good time. I'm having a good time. That's why I've been doing this for, what we just finished up we just had our 2-year anniversary in April. So, I think it's neat. I enjoy it. So, and I appreciate all of you who, I don't take it, I've said this probably 100 times, and I mean it every time, that I don't take it for granted that whether it be, one person or 100 people on here, or however many watch it by the time, later tonight, even if you're not watching it live. I don't take that for granted that, on a Saturday night, you're here joining me, joining each other. I think that's really super cool. Cassandra says, hi, Carrie. Corpus says, we all could use that right now. I agree wholeheartedly. And Carrie says, replying to Cassandra, I'm hiding from the protesters in Cleveland, Ohio. Well, be safe, Carrie. I don't know exactly what that, what your specific situation is, but just hope you're safe, and wish you well, and maybe you can stay in, and hopefully no one bothers you, and you can hopefully just watch some chillers and be like as much as possible a normal Saturday night, as much as you can. Brian says, will the pre-show on Saturday stop as well? No, the pre-shows, Brian, the pre-shows will continue on, even if I'm working on the haunted house. I always make sure I get back to my office studio and do the pre-show. Now, the only time that the pre-show is interrupted at all is during the haunted house. If I have a haunted house, it will be on those Saturday nights when I have to actually be elsewhere, and I can't do the pre-show from there. So, for, let me see, in October, and one of those nights is Halloween. So I don't know what's going on yet. I don't even know for a fact if I'm doing a haunted house. I'll have to wait until next month to find out. But what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's five Saturdays, 5 weekends in October. That is awesome. So there's gonna be, but on this end, it won't be that awesome for if you look forward to the pre-show, because there's 5 weeks I won't be able to do it. But every other Saturday up until showtime, when the curtain pulls and the doors open, I will be here on Saturday nights. Now there's going to be a Saturday night coming up June. Not next Saturday. I think the Saturday after that, where I won't be able to make it. But all in all, we're here. I mean, together pretty much every Saturday. I mean, through most of the year. So this is kind of cool, because this show here takes the least amount of preparing for. I do like to prepare. I like to have, I got my notes here. I got a bit of direction for it. I don't like to just sit here and, because I'm also responding to you guys, which is, you guys kind of set the direction as well. But I have some talking points, and but for a chiller chat, which I have not been able to really keep up with doing many of those this year like I intended. And certainly chiller night theaters, those take a lot of preparing. Those take a lot of time for me to prepare one show. Again, those shows there, and I hope it shows. It's not something I just throw together that day. That is something that I do prepare for, and I don't know. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I think you do, because quite a bit of you show up and watch those, so I always appreciate that. John says, we need a break from this madness, and thank goodness that you and other horror movie are hosted online. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Yeah, we all just kind of need a break. And Corpus says, stay in and watch the show tonight. That's right. That's right. That's good advice. Good advice. So, and I will throw let me throw that schedule up again. I wanted to talk to you about now that second guest, Daniel Hagman, but the movie tonight at 9, coming up here in about half an hour, is Dr. Jekyll versus the Werewolf. And then at 11 p.m., Chiller Chat. My guest is Daniel Hagman. At 11:45, Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Ape. At 1:30 a.m., Chiller Chat. My guest is Phil Wilson. That was a really fun show to do. And 2 a.m., Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Brain That Wouldn't Die. All right. Now let me explain something about the episode coming up tonight. The first Chiller Chat. It really wasn't even a Chiller Chat. It was something I was trying called Chiller Night Radio. I think I only did a couple of those episodes, but I haven't played this one for a while. And Daniel was such a good guest that because it doesn't fall into that 30-minute, not that it really has to, it just makes it a little easier in scheduling if the shows are 30 minutes. I know every week that's going to fit kind of sandwiched in between programming with a 30-minute episode. But I haven't played this one for a while, and Daniel was talking about some experiences he had in viewing UFOs. So, and you're going to learn more about Daniel and why he became interested in this, and what his position is in the organization that he is involved in. So I encourage you to watch that one. It was an idea I had. The Chiller Night Radio idea was this. You're going to notice in the background I have the city of Pittsburgh, which I bought the rights to for the image behind me, the city of Pittsburgh. It's not something I just grabbed off the internet. I actually, everything's legit there. But I had this idea to do a Chiller Night Radio. It was called radio because, yeah, you're watching it on TV or the online, but also that was, for a very brief period of time, it was a podcast. It was a podcast. And then I just I was able to somehow muddle my way through and get them on iTunes. So I had a podcast for a very short amount of time. And then I couldn't figure out how to upload them again, or download them, I guess it would say. And I just spent days, hours and days, trying to figure this out. And I just got too frustrated and thought, I can't keep up with this and still try to be making programming and to just have a life. So I thought, well, I'll have to just let that show go, that idea with the podcast, and just do Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat for now, and of course the pre-show. But that's the idea there. I wanted to have a guest on. I wanted to just chat. I wanted to have trailers playing, almost like that. Like almost like a podcast. But that's what it was, but it was something that you could watch too. And I actually, I like that. I like the way that show was set up. It was kind of like this plus Chiller Chat in a way in my head, because it would be neat if I could do all this and that too, and maybe mix all that together someday instead of having everything so separate. But I don't know. We shall see. And John says, question, which movies are harder to edit for your shows? Well, it would be, anything that was like rated R because of like nudity, something like that. That's when I edit those. The snake people coming up, I have to edit. There's a scene out of that. It's probably something that to most people they don't care. To me, I don't like to see it. It's a scene of a chicken being butchered. I mean, if it's special effects, I don't care. I don't like if you're sitting there with your kids watching the movie. I don't know. Is that really? I mean, personally, I don't want to see it. It's not a fake chicken. I mean, it's a real. They're showing this thing really getting its head cut off, which I know that yes, that happens. I know but I don't have to have it in my program. So stuff like that. I guess that would be my answer there, because most of these movies I don't have to do any editing to. As far as taking anything out or putting a blur up, something like that. There's Lady Frankenstein. That was one. That was one we had to throw some blurs up there. But they're not really too bad. But Corpus says, "Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's so neat." But about the chicken, yeah, I don't know. I don't like to see. I don't like to see. This is just me. I'm a big animal lover, so again, I don't have any problem hunting, or fishing or anything like that. Or I don't have any. I don't have that problem. But if I have the choice, I don't like to see it in a ritual. I don't like to see it in a senseless way like that. It wasn't a special effect. It was a real really occurring. Because this was back in 19. It was filmed in 1968 in Mexico. It was a Mexican film production, which I don't. Evidently, they must not have had the same. I don't even know if we had the same restrictions on that type of thing with, like no animals were hurt in the production of this film. I don't know when that law actually came to be. And is it a big deal? Probably not. To me, it was. So there you have it. I'll give you an example. This is so. Today, I'm mowing the grass. I'm mowing the yard. Ava, I don't know if you're I'm on the grass and there's a duck. A duck. I've never seen a duck in this neighborhood except for back in the ponds, but he came from I'm mowing the grass and this duck comes out. So I stopped the mower. He's ignoring, he's like nothing's bothering this guy, okay? He's waddling in front of me. So I'm like stopping the mower and I'm watching him. I go, okay, well now he's walking in my backyard, through the backyard, on the side yard, and now he's walking toward a main road. You can hear these cars, okay? You can hear that on here. I live, next to a pretty busy road. I'm like, well, this duck's gonna get hit. So I go up there and I have to shoo him off away from the road, and then I see him coming back, and so I shoo him away again. He's just hell bent on getting hit, I guess. I don't know, but But anyways, here's another little story. I'll tell you this. It's early enough. I won't take up too much of your time. But this is a story that when I was on patrol, and I had an intern, a ride along with me, and I was talking to him. I said, you know, when you're on duty, when you're wearing a uniform, you know, people expect you to, you know, be able to handle situations. And I don't want any negative comments right now. That's not why I'm bringing this up. It's on the animal issue right now, because most officers I've ever met are fantastic people. But anyways, I was no sooner saying that, and a woman comes running up. Now she got her hands like this, and she's running, looking like panicked. Officer. She sees me driving, you know, in the vicinity with my patrol car. So I call it in and say, you know, unknown situation, woman, you know, running toward my car. I'm going to check it out. I stop, you know, get out of the car. You know, ma'am, is there a problem? Officer, you know, I don't know what she's holding at this point. And I'm pretty curious at this point because she's looking traumatized almost. She opens it up and she says, this duck, it was a little duckling, a little baby duck. She says, this duck got separated from its family, and they're headed down Otter Street toward the creek. And if they get there, this, you know, it'll never catch up. So I radioed back, you know, and said, okay, everything's fine here, everything's fine, you know, and so I said, well, which way did the ducks go? And she told me, she said, oh, they're heading down to Otter Street. I said, okay. I said, I'll take the duck. I'll make sure it gets back to its family before they reach the creek. So, and that's what I did. I took it, you know, I had, his name is Hank. I had Hank hold this. I said, this is an example of what I'm talking about. I said, you know, I could have said, well, you know, that's not really, I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say that wasn't my job because, like, to her, that was important, you know. So I thought, and to me, I didn't want to see the thing get hit. So I took it down there and reunited it with its mother and a little string of ducklings, and, you know, off into the creek they went. But yeah, I kind of have a soft spot for animals. Let's see. Al says, hi, everyone. Hey, Al, thanks for joining us. Ava says, hi, Al. Raymond says, no nudity in the snake people. If there is, I didn't catch it my first time. I like to watch it a couple times as I'm making notes and stuff. But I actually have I haven't even started on the dialogue and stuff yet, so I have to watch quite a bit of it. I'll look and see, and if there is, I'll have to blurb that out or cut it out entirely. And then Brad says, how about Chiller Night Theater on the Chilly Billy's TV station, MeTV network, not only in Pittsburgh but all of the MeTV stations nationwide at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. on MeTV. How's that sound? Sounds good. I don't know how to make that happen, to be honest with you. I have tried and tried for years and years and years to make that stuff happen, and you know, I've been in talks with people, and I don't know. I'll be honest, I just don't have, I wish I had more time to devote to that, because if I could just focus on that, or have somebody, I guess maybe who could help me with that, you know, that would be one thing. But you know, I think that's probably why the show has kind of stayed, you know, at a certain level, just because I don't think it's because it's not good enough. I think it's because, unfortunately, the problem might be with me, just because I'm so, and I don't say this in a like poor me way. I'm saying this in a realistic way. The reasoning, I just don't have the time to invest in anything other than what I'm doing right now. I wish that weren't the case, but right now I'm doing everything I can to keep up with with that. And I don't say that like oh, it's such a burden. I'm not saying it in that way. I'm just saying realistic. I can't do any more than what I'm doing right now. I wish that weren't the answer, but that's my answer. Um, my only hope is that somebody, the right person, notices it and says, "Hey, have you seen this?" Or "Hey, have you, or let's give this guy a call." Really, after all I've tried over all these years, that's where I'm at right now. Is I just hope the right person sees it or hears about it, because I've tried everything. I've exhausted my options, and I just don't know where else to go or what else to do. So if anybody can send anybody my way who can make things happen, hey, I'm all ears. Because I would love to see that, Brad. I love that, and I appreciate your saying that stuff. I would love to have this a Pittsburgh thing. I would love that. Absolutely. That's why I got into this. My goal was to get this into Pittsburgh, and whether it was online or not, that would have been just icing on the cake. But my goal was for this to be a new chiller theater and to take over. And to give a new generation that Saturday night chillers experience, Raymond says I wouldn't want to see that either. What the animals maybe? I don't know. That's just me. Oh, Corpus says that's so neat about the podcast. Okay, the podcast. I see. And then, yeah, I thought that was a neat idea. I tried. Again, that was one of those. I didn't have the time to figure out. My wheels were spinning. Ava says, "Ha, the random duck." Yeah, a duck, a duck. I have no idea. I have no idea where that duck came from. I've never seen a duck just show up in our yard. A duck, So, what happened today? And then I had a couple times today, I had to keep that thing from waddling out into the road. It would have never made it across that road. That road, no, that's not safe for ducks. Emmanuel says, "Hello everyone, I'm sorry I'm late. I hate to miss this chat room." Oh, hey, thanks for joining us. Glad you made it. Brad says, "The duck's just looking at you saying, what?" I know. Yeah, he looked almost annoyed at me, like, "Hey man, I'm doing my thing. You do your thing, I'll do mine, But I don't think he quite knew what he was getting into. Al says, "I did the same with the duck and her chicks on the highway and stopped all the cars and scooped them up and take them to safety." That's cool. I like seeing and hearing stuff like that. Raymond says, "It's sad to see the ospreys snatch up ducklings and kittens and fly them to their nest, but that is life." That is indeed, yeah. Ospreys. Yeah, that happens. Such is life. Ava says, "Busy." Yeah, we are busy, aren't we? Ava says, "You're always doing something, LOL, and I'm always working or sleeping." I know. But you support me, and that's what helps me immeasurably. I mean, it really does. Your support has always been something that, oh boy, folks, you have no idea what I put her through sometimes. Really. I mean, the chiller shows, whether it be Sleepy Hollow Theater or Chiller Night Theater. The wrestling shows, KICW and Dark Horse Championship Wrestling. The haunted houses I've done, that's how we met. So the haunted houses, that's a lot of work. That takes up like 5 months, almost half a year for me when I do those. Until I get my own building again. And there's been many other, things as well that I've done over the years. But, yeah, she puts up with a lot. So thank you. Thank you, Ava. My baby. Brad says, "The thing about the podcast is you're constantly busy." Yeah, I wanted a show like that. I thought that would have been pretty cool. Like this, if I was, and we'll be back right after the, that type of thing where you have like little commercials, maybe old retro commercials or something like that, to where you're not running into a copyright issue or showing a trailer from an old, uh, public domain movie, something like that, just to kind of make it fun, you know. Um, and then the angry Pennsylvanian, hey peeps. Sorry I missed the show last week. Hey, we're happy to have you here tonight. Thanks for joining us. Avis has got you 100%. I know you do. I know you do. Hi, Raymond says hi. A and angry. Al and angry Pennsylvania. Nate Reagan says hi, Brian. Let's pick another movie to review soon. Great show tonight. Keep doing all that you do. Oh yeah, thank you, Nate. Yeah, we'll have to do that. Well, I'll tell you what. You pick a movie, and we'll. Because last couple times we did Star Wars movies. So, but if you want to do like a horror movie or something, just throw one my way, or throw me a couple to choose from, or whatever. And that was fun. We could do that. And then Corpus says 10-minute warning. Is it really? Wow. Cassandra says, I had a situation with the turkey on the road. I got out to shoo him and he went into the other lane. Oh no. Now we were both blocking all the cars. The turkey walked around the car and started chasing me until I got back in my car. I wonder if someone videoed that. Maybe you're on YouTube. He finally left the road. I am sure everyone got a good laugh. That's funny. Hey, Emmanuel says, methinks auto spell got me on the spelling chiller. It might have. I didn't even notice. But that's right. The angry Pennsylvanian. Hey, Glam. Yes. And hey, once again, I can't see her. Brad says 10 minutes. Nate says, will do. Sounds good. All right. Yeah, those were fun. We did the Last Jedi movie review, and I think we were pretty much in agreement on that one. And then we did Star Wars Day. We did a thing for Star Wars Day for, what was it, the 4th of May? I think that was that was like last year. And we thought, well, that'd be kind of fun to have a chiller chat just talking about Star Wars. So that was kind of neat. And then Joan says, man, the time does fly, doesn't it? Yeah, absolutely. I know. I always say every Saturday night, like, this is the fastest hour of the week. Corpus says, I was chased off from a nice picnicking spot by the edge of the river by a mob of angry geese. Oh no. Territorial, huh? Jeez. Those geese. It sounds like such a, oh, we're so much bigger than they are. And then they start coming at you like, I don't like this. Brad says, we just can't get enough of Chiller Night Theater. We love it. Oh, thank you, Brad. I really appreciate that. It sounds crazy. It's something that I have a passion for all this stuff. I just love it. I love this stuff. I love the haunted houses. I've just always loved the old horror movies, and it's so neat to be connected. Even weekly, like on here with like-minded folks. Whether you are of the old movies, the old classics, or the old B movies, the old drive-ins of yesteryear, or whether you like the modern day horror movies. Unfortunately, I can't show those. Corpus gets to a little, a lot more modern, at least than I get to. I mean, so with the watch parties, so that's kind of neat. I think it's a neat mix there, So I like it. And then Corpus says, they're terrifying, y'all. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Like when they're mad and you're sitting down. Yeah, Brad says, Chiller Night Theater, we just can't resist. Me either. A. Emmanuel says, there's the makings of some really good jokes about animals coming out tonight, huh? And then, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. To each his own. To each his own. Everyone has their own reasons for doing what they do. I just hope nobody gets hurt. You know. No humans, no animals. I just, at the end of the day, I just don't want to see anything hurt. You know. I don't mind the make believe stuff. You know, because I was like, you know, like Jaws. Jaws is one of my favorite movies. And I've been seeing, I guess I picked that out because I've been seeing that posted today on Facebook and everybody's feeds. Like, Jaws came out in 1975, which, that's amazing. What was it, 45 years ago or whatever? That's amazing. And that movie, to me, in my opinion, that holds up so well even now. That gives me such a creep factor because I love going to the beach. And if I go to the beach, I go in the ocean. So, I mean, but, you know, in the back of my mind, there's always that, I can't see what's under the water, you know. I saw this one thing, and then I'll you know, we'll go toward the end of the show here, but I have to bring this up. Speaking of Jaws, you know, I saw this thing where people were outside, and they're watching it on a big screen, and they had all these people were in like these inner tubes watching Jaws. Now, that's a neat idea. I don't care how, I don't know. There's always that creep factor there. There has to be that creep factor there. You're in the water, you're halfway submerged, and you're watching Jaws. I don't know who thought of that idea, but I just love that. You know, it's like those old, like the Tingler, you know, the movies where they always have that little, the promotional, the little gimmick, you know, with the little buzz on the chair back in the day, you know, when that movie came out. Neat idea, just a neat idea. Corpus says Jaws is still brilliant. Still I love that movie. I agree. Ava says Angry Birds, LOL to Corpus. Yeah. What? Cassandra says that turkey was making sore, angry noises at me while chasing me. Might have been cussing you out. Hey, Emmanuel says, it's amazing how time passes by. I know. Cassandra says, I love sharks. I love watching them. I love those, Shark Week. I love watching that stuff. It's amazing. Very captivating. Al says, good night, everyone. Good night, Al. Thanks for joining us. Brad says, 5 minutes until the beloved Chiller Night Theater. Get your Rokus ready. Fire them up, folks. It's almost time. Corpus says, well, we should have just trusted Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah, right. Nate says, I want to recreate that Jaws screening so bad. That's where I got the idea to scream at Stu's house in Santa Rosa. Oh, is that what that's where you got the idea to, you should talk about that. I should have you on Chiller Chat and talk about that, and we'll put up some pictures, and if you have any video of that, let's do that for a Chiller Chat coming up. That'd be fun. That would be neat. And Corpus says, don't peck your eye out, kid. John says, this is a Bryan Hogue production. Offer void in Utah. Approval pending. And then Brad says, Jurassic Park scared the crap out of me was awesome, by the way. Yeah, I know. That was one of those breakthrough movies. I got more comments, and thank you everybody for joining me, joining each other. This is a really cool place to just kind of hang out for, before the monster movie Saturday night with Chiller Night. But you can watch Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat tonight on streammedia.tv. Streammedia.tv. So you can watch it there on Stream TV tonight. So everybody, thanks for joining me. Have a good night. Have a good Chiller Night, and we will see you. Don't forget Thursday night, join Corpus on the Chiller Night Facebook group page for the Monster Squad, and then join Jack Shadow the very next night on June 12th for Friday Night Frights, the Snake People. All right, folks, good night.